In Virginia, Powhatan shaman prophesied bearded men should come and take away their country, and that there should be none of the original Indians left within 150 years. An Ojibwe dreamed that men of strange appearance have come across the great water. Their skins are white like snow, and on their faces long hair grows. They come here in wonderfully large canoes, which have great white wings like those of a giant bird. The men have long and sharp knives, and they have long black tubes, which they point at birds and animals. The tubes make a smoke that rises into the air, just like the smoke from our pipes. From them come fire and such terrific noises that I was frightened, even in my dream. In understanding the current Native American Christian Church, it is crucial to understand how the Christian Church has interacted with Native Americans in the past. Commonly, with the colonizers' dealings of Native Americans has been a harsh mistreatment and subhuman view, based largely upon the assumptions of religious superiority. Columbus and many who followed him were committed to Christianizing what they described as pagans and heathens of the New World, with the biblical message of salvation. The Christian mission was clear: conquer the Indians, Christianize, and civilize them. The Bible held the rationale for conquest. From 1769 to 1834, the California mission system, as founded and developed by Father Juanipero Serra, exemplifies the problem. Serra's piety, courage, and commitment to evangelize Native Americans have been confirmed by his critics as well as by those who advocated for his beatification in 1988. However noble his intentions, his methods and close cooperation with Spanish government and military officials were cruelly devastating to the indigenous people. The mission was, in fact, part of a larger strategy of colonization and conquest. Serra viewed the natives as savages in need of reformation and to be disciplined like children because of their unrefined manner. He was convinced that in order to enter into the Christian faith, one had to make a European cultural conversion as well. Towns and villages were destroyed in the name of helping and converting people. A Native American seminary professor, George Tinker, said of the situation, they were naive and possibly unwitting partners in genocide. Today, only 4% of Native Americans are Christians. We visited a First Nations church and interviewed a pastor. However, due to complications within the church, his identity will not be revealed. Are Native Americans ostracized at all from their communities when they come to the Christian faith?
Some of them are. Some of them are. Not all the time, but some of them are. There's a constant struggle right now between themselves. As you know, you're dealing with 500 different nations here in the U.S. alone. Mm-hmm. And the ones that become Christians, who are sold out to Jesus, are sometimes, yes, put out by their own tribes, or the other way around. You know, they'll become Christians and they'll have nothing to do with their relatives.
How have the traditions assimilated into the Christian practices?
Anything that can be assimilated into Christian practice without going against the word is done. We worship around a big drum. That drum is controversy in the white church, the Western church, and it's controversy because we brought it into the church. It's controversy because the northern tribes are the only ones that had that type of drum, and so it was given to them as a gift. We have to recognize them as it's their gift, and they're allowing us to use it in this house. But when it's in this house, it's used in Jesus' tradition first.
You know, there's been like this huge controversy between whites coming in and doing things that cause the mistrust between the Native Americans. And how should Christians go about reconciling that?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
You know, these people are hurt and they're wounded deep. You and I, we can't do anything about that. Only Jesus can take care of that.
If you could explain to us how you've reconciled your faith with your background and your history.
I think when I received Christ into my life, the day I went to the altar and I surrendered my life to Him, God had ministered to me. It wasn't the braves that fought on the battlefield, because the Navajos fought the Utes, the Mexicans, the ranchers, the Pueblos. He said it wasn't their blood that was shed on the battlefield, it was my blood. Jesus said it was my blood that I shed on Calvary at the cross while you're here. So I think that day I just had a very deep peace, forgiveness in my heart, because I did grow up with a lot of bitterness over the history of Christianity and the various tribes.